message from on high for you. Here goes. I am the soon to become the embodiment with one with the Holy Spirit as a vessel, as an ambassador for everyone here on planet Earth. I feel very honored, and it's been a little unnerving, but I'm very excited to have this relationship with God. I think it's quite flattering, actually. Uh, Apparently, um, he has stated I have immeasurable value to him just for existing, and I feel that's so awesome. I feel valued. I feel very important to him, and he feels that way about all of us. Um, I was chosen not out of a popularity contest. It's not a thing that he wants to convey. He loves all of you, and you're all his children. Something to do with bloodline and the fact that he set me aside for a purpose. It's this specific purpose that because I was willing, not because I earned it. I was willing. I was humble, and I was faithful and loyal. That's why he has me as his chosen. I'm flawed. I'm human. I'm flesh and blood, just like you guys. I'm simply the bridge in between. When he says walk, I walk. When he says bark, I bark. When he says speak a message to the people, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm doing. Uh, there's been a lot of controversy over this, and he also wanted to convey to people who are copycatting and stuff. He really, really disliked it to a point where he said they're going to do what they do, but eventually they will be looking quite foolish due to the fact that when his unveiling is tomorrow or the next day, in the coming days, he will unveil me as his chosen. And pretty much I'm someone to be respected from his words and someone who has light. He very much wants to convey to all the chosen out there that you are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You each have an individual purpose and mission. And it's very, very key. Don't think of yourself. I've had one of my friends, she's a wonderful human being, and she thought one of her lowest points, she thought she had no purpose really, other than being a person who was just a couple. That's so wrong. She actually got me, a grounded atheist, um, like fully, like it took so much for me to even get around the idea a year ago of being with spirit. And it took something hardcore. It was hearing the voice of God. Straight up, I shit a brick. Like it literally like plopped out. Like I was like, what the fuck? I never heard anything like that. So yeah, it took some major, you know. Hey, what's up? So I want to explain that some of the people that do copycatting, I want to impress on this one note that anybody who's trying to do any copycatting, my heart goes out to this one guy who did some spiritual suicide or something like that because he tried to mess with, spiritual law. And God puts certain safeguards on that you have to go through the fire to be able to endure it. You can't just steal the prize and not get through the pain. and because that person was not, they tried to hijack my gift basically. That unfortunately, that person committed spiritual suicide, and I pity them to the degree that it's sad. I didn't ask for this, but this is what it is. Okay? For those of you who don't like it, that's fine. You can not like it as much as you want. The fact is that the Holy Spirit is in me, and it will be taking over. So, as a mutual friendship, and a relationship I have with God, and he's not moving out. He's here to stay. He hit on a few other topics that I think should be noted that he wanted conveyed, as far as there is a spiritual bankruptcy in a lot of ways that he sees people that worship lately, where they basically only do it on Sundays, and they don't have a whole lot of fire in them, and that's not okay with him. He feels that people really need to get, light a fire in your butts and have more than one Sunday. Hello. So, with that said, he said they've become lazy, and to extend my respect to world leaders, however, many of them have been abusing their powers, and he is getting really fed up with it. I don't know what he's going to do with that. I just am conveying that he told. Love others, embrace others the way that he has embraced me. My job is to help everyone else. I said hello. How are you? Empathy. So with empathy and compassion, work on those two aspects as much as you can as a race. People. He wants to see more growth there. As far as the whole mindset of love, peace, and joy to be throughout the an interconnected consciousness. Abilities. He's granted me a few different genres of sight that I've taken some getting used to. One in particular called soul sight that I think every human being can eventually develop. That is really cool. When you merge your mind and your heart together and your soul, and you're grounded, if you take a look at the chakra, ground, if you can read auras, okay, you can also look at your chakra. And when you do that, and if you know you can do it, most people's chakras, the crowns, auras, are purple, okay? Some are white, some are orange. People with not so great intentions that have a habit of being not so great usually run with like black tar. I try to stay with me. He said, God's words shine outright on my journey, delivered with intention to command over my existence. Untamed lands will have trials to elevate, and will be new renewal for myself and rest for myself and to possibly take others. To, basically means there's going to be a whole lot of trials for every different dimension I go to, but I'm not really looking forward to the trials because that's going to be, a test each time. But I do look forward at the same time because with God, it's stop. There's nothing that's going to stop. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's pretty awesome. I think it's a very big compliment, and I think every day I give gratitude to that he thinks that highly of me. I'm starting to see it too, a little bit. Not so much. I still have a lot of self So, I have my own problems. I am flesh and blood. And, it wasn't because I was the most qualified, or it was just because I was loyal, and I was willing, and I was humble and faithful. God really doesn't care. He encourages you to explore your spirituality. He does. He only really cares what's in your heart. He wants people to surrender their hearts. Let him wash their hearts clean, and let him in and develop a one-on-one connection with them. And that's why I'm here, because we are in the the time of signs. Okay, and if you've seen the sky lately, or if you've noticed the clouds, they're kind of red. Um, that's a pretty big sign. With the Earth pole, geomagnetic poles reversing and whatnot, it's getting crazy. And footnote, he said when the blood moon happens, there's going to be a few tempests. So this is not a message of fear. I'm not trying to fear monger. I'm letting you know. Those are some dates when the blood moon comes. Watch out. Right. Try to help each other out. Work as much as you can with your community and with each other in genuine compassion and with love. And try to cultivate a positive relationship with them. People talk to you all day. All you do is close your eyes, breathe in slowly, breathe out, and you will hear him speak. Yeah. Everybody can do that. A little voice inside you. Or if you want to call it your intuition. Same thing. Now, one second, guys. I had a stupid alarm going off. Um, he is your rock. He is my rock. He will be the anchor in the storm. For chosen, as I said, you are not a mistake. You are not an afterthought. You each were brought here with an intention when he made you to serve a purpose. And each one of you are vitally important. Okay? That means that if you're not sure what your calling is, ask him. I'm not sure what's going to happen after tomorrow. The only thing I am sure of is that I will know more, because I'll be more integrated in this relationship with him, and I could possibly help you out with your calling. If you know you're chosen, and you need some guidance, I will do whatever I can to help you out. Please email me. You can call me. Well, not call me, but you can email me, definitely. And I will get back to you, when I can. As soon as I can, I will write you back. I promise. That is a promise. No problem. Sign my name on that dotted line. Okay. As far as he perceives with me an unwavering love, and really wants to have others embrace that same way. Try to treasure the little things in life. Notice him in the sunrise in the morning. Try to talk to him then. You know, and if you don't have time to do that every day, that's fine. But try to do it at least once a day. Say, "Hi, God. Thank you, God." Show your gratitude. It goes a long way, because another thing is comparison. Comparison is one of the biggest, nastiest things we have as human beings. Comparison, literally, quite literally, is, in his words, the thief of joy. And he loves when human beings are interacting with each other in the correct way that he has set for us. But when he sees us warring with each other and whatnot, and comparing one sect from another sect, that steals his joy. And I mean, it's just like any other parent. You don't want to see your kids fighting. It pisses you off. Get upset. It's upsetting. So if he needs to shake heaven and earth, he's going to shake heaven and earth. He doesn't want to do that. And he's trying to convey a more positive message of the chosen are here for one main task. We are to be lighthouses and beacons. We are here to be the signposts and the anchors, and kind of like the watchman on the tower, pretty much. We are here to help the rest of humanity usher in an era of peace for his world. Okay. Now, short of that, if you have skills, if you have healing skills, if you have precognitive, wonderful. Use them to help your community and everyone else out. We're chosen. My services are free of charge. I have no problem helping. He's given me some foresight. He's given me a lot of visions. I see different aspects going on, all, sometimes all at once, sometimes not all at once. Sometimes they're just bits and pieces. My body is still integrating the spirit, and it's taking some time. Um, okay. Another thing with the faith deal, faith over fear, guys. Okay. Faith over fear. There is no wrong way to do something when it comes to having faith in God. As long as you trust in Him and you open your heart to Him, that's all He wants. It can be Buddha you worship. It could be Muhammad. It could be whoever you want to name it. Okay? He is a supreme divine intelligence. He is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. And all He wants. I say He. I don't even know if He's a He. But all God wants is our hearts. Hearts and minds. That's all He wants. He just wants to have a little piece of it. Just to have some type of relationship with His, His children. Says He's in every rock, every mountaintop, every blade of grass, everything. Notice the sunlight coming in the morning windows, or animals, your pets. That pet that really loves you, like my cat is a big fat, Mancoon, weighs 30 pounds, fattest cat in the world, loves his belly rub. That's my buddy. They're conduits and they're extensions of innocence. So treat them as such. Okay? They're gifts. Every day, every inhale is a gift. No atom moves without His say so. That's facts. He is the King of the universe. And I give undying and unwavering gratitude for every day. Trying to see if I missed anything. I don't think I did. Nope. Nope. Okay. There are limitless possibilities in this world. Okay. Ask yourself, what is possible? And when you do that, you open yourself up to a whole smorgasbord of possibilities. And His plan is perfect. Uh, he is not up for debate. Um, me being who his chosen vessel is, I cannot be bought. I am not up for negotiation, and I cannot be bartered with. He says to jump, I jump. He says to go somewhere, I go. He says speak to a group, I speak to that group. That is the bottom line. Uh, I know I'm going to have some haters. That's fine. I'm going to have some religious people that are going to be quite upset, and that's okay too. I completely understand it. Uh, he's given me healing powers, so I'm probably going to. I live in San Francisco in the Mission Rock area, so you could probably find me there. And if you want to have a chat with me, I'm more than happy to talk to you. The chosen and knowing peace and forgiveness. That's a big thing too. Is forgiveness. Do not be bound to someone else's karma because you refuse to forgive someone. You can forgive someone and still not have anything to do with them. You forgive them because not because they deserve it necessarily, okay? I'm not saying hang out with them after you forgive them. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But you can forgive someone because not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to move on and not be bound to their deeds. You understand? Nobody wants to be stuck to someone else's shit. Yeah, that's fucked up. Um, in spiritual battles, if any chosen are getting spiritual attacks, calm yourself down, breathe, and say, Lord, I need you. Or Lord, I am in need. And he will be there. Right there. As far as healing goes, if I had my way, I'd start tonight and I'd be walking downtown and healing every drug addict and every person I could. Uh, I do not obviously know the ins and outs of this. Okay? Uh, Not yet, anyway. My unveiling is next day or so, but or in the coming days. Um, the unveiling is non-negotiable. So, for those that feel the need to heckle or whatever, I advise against it, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Um, he did say he wants me to share my experiences that I've had with gang stalking and whatnot in my previous past as for anybody else who has had troubled times. And when I say I've been through it, I've had people I've loved die on me. I'm a war veteran. Um, seen people get jumped for their beliefs. There's a lot of injustices in the world that he's not too pleased about. Uh, I think he wanted to raise more of an understanding that people really need to show a lot more compassion for each other. It's a big thing, and forgiveness and self-forgiveness too. Some of us, like myself, we don't have the cleanest pasts, and sometimes some of those things that we've done we can't take back. But my past is irrelevant. I've been given complete slate. Does that mean I can go and abuse my power and act like a prick? Absolutely not. He will not tolerate that. But I'm human. I falter. Okay. And this is just me giving you guys a pre-taste of who your ambassador between you and God is. If you need to have a one-on-one, like, hey, I need to talk. I have something I need to say. I'm here to be your guard. I'm here to watch you guys in the night. I have my own journeys I got to go on, so sometimes you might not see me. Sometimes I'm going to be out, protecting you guys, being the watchman against, on the wall. I did not ask for this. I'm very honored that he chose me, but it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. It's something I might take very, very seriously. And for copycats, I could care less what you do. I could care less what you think about me. I'm not here for applause, and I'm not here for fame. I am here to deliver his message. That is it. So if you have a problem with that, or you have a problem with the way God does things, come and talk to me, and you two can, you and God can. If you think you know better than God, I invite you to have that conversation with him. There's nothing you can ask him personally if you have a one-on-one with him that's wrong. He's not going to condemn you for asking a question. Now, if you think you know better than him, then yeah, he might have a problem with that, seeing how he is perfect. So it's kind of a ego thing. I'm personally still going under my own ego death right now, because the fact that I have to completely surrender, and it's not weakness, it takes a lot of courage to, say, you know what, here's my head, do with what you will. Uh, it's taken me completely just trusting an entity to just come into you and whatnot. It takes a lot of depth. And for some of the things I teach, with spiritual practices, with like Cave of Burma and whatnot, and Cuban Metatron, things like that, when you align, you're talking about aligning with your Godhead and whatnot. That can be very dangerous things if you are not aligned and you're not friends with your subconscious. So those are certain things that I would wait until you've gotten seasoned with your shadow side and whatnot, and you've cultivated a strong mutual relationship of respect and love with your shadow side before even attempting that stuff, because it will chew you the hell up and spit you right out, like big time. What is here? Anything else, God? His children, he wants you all to know none of you are mistakes, and he loves you. He loves every single one of you so, so much. Cultivate better relationships with everyone else around you. And even with your neighbors, even if you can't stand your neighbor, try to develop the soul sight idea with the crown chakra and whatnot. And the way I've done it is when you merge your mind and heart together, your soul, take one good look at someone, say, even, for instance, total stranger, never met them. Don't look so much at their clothes. Don't look at their bags or any of their labels or any of that crap. Look at them as another human being. That's all. And then look harder at them. And look a little harder. Notice the way their, details of their face, the way the veins go, the way the wrinkles on their heads move. And you will begin to see people and their crown chakras and their auras. And that's pretty much where you can develop a thing I call soul sight, where you can look at someone and you really see them for who they are. There's no hiding it. And you can see who they are, what they're about, and if they're full of shit or not. That's facts. That's a very, very, almost a paramount skill that I think the entire human race needs to develop. Because we are in the time of signs. It's going to be a very active time, to say the least. So watch the skies, watch the stars. It's going to get hairy. But I promise you, we will come out the other end. Okay? That's all I have for now. I wish you all a very wonderful good night. I'm going to get myself some rest from my body. And I love y'all. Namaste.